What's up, y'all? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden. This is a real quick episode. I got to set up my wife's art show after this, but I thought I'd get this to you, and I will get you Man's Search for Meaning Part 2 tomorrow. I couldn't do it yesterday, so sorry about that. Anyway, this episode is giving a shout out to all the people that actually went to Occupy Congress and the update on what actually happened. So what did we predict, guys? We predicted that people would show up, and it was being organized by Nick Brana and the Movement for the People's Party, which is awesome, and that AOC and company would be put in a difficult position where they would have to either go out there and join this protest because they know that the only way that the protest will ever get really big and ever be able to be sustained is if the squad goes out there and makes sure that the people that are actually doing the protest don't get busted up by the cops, or they have the choice to actually just stay inside and let the protest die. Okay, and we predicted that they wouldn't show up because they really don't care about this stuff, and all that Movement for a People's Party is trying to force them to do is things that they already promised that they were going to fight for when they went to office. So it's basically calling the squad's bluff because they just went out there, Cory Bush and AOC, to try to push the eviction moratorium with that staged event on the Congress steps. Okay, you guys are willing to do that? Let's call that bluff, see if you guys come out and actually help us now that we're going to stay there. It's a great idea, and I want to give shout-outs to everybody that showed up. A lot of these people have YouTube channels, and surprise, surprise, AOC and corporate didn't show up. So these people all got arrested. Not all of them, but most of these people got arrested. The cops didn't bounce their head off the pavement or anything like I joked they might do. They might if they stay there longer and the protest gets bigger. You never know. They'll call it a riot or they'll call it an insurrection at that point, and then some cops will bust some activist skulls. But kudos to the people that are actually out there right now. We've got Jackson Hinkle, Lee Camp, Franco from Frank Analysis, Paula Jean Swearingen, who is a wonder. She ran against Joe Manchin, and goddamn, I pushed her as much as I could and tried to promote her as best I could. My show wasn't very big at that point, but it's like, dude, we had the chance. Oh my God, we had the chance to actually get her in there instead of Joe Manchin, and we didn't do it. But kudos to her. She's now part of the People's Party. She moved from the Democratic Party, and if she were to run again, I would promote the living hell out of her because she's putting her money where her mouth is. We know she gives a shit about this stuff because she's actually doing the activism stuff. So it's wonderful. And then Nick Brana, of course, and Zainab, all you guys wonderful. And most of these people have their own YouTube channels. So I don't know about you guys, but I like my Lefty YouTubers to also be somewhat activists and organizers on their shows and people who actually go out to these things if they can. So go subscribe to Jackson, Franco, Frank Analysis. Lee Camp has 2 shows, Moment of Clarity and Redacted Tonight. Go give them a sub. That's the people I want to get my information from. I don't know about you. So kudos, guys. And lastly, there's one thing that people are going after Jackson for, which is really fucking stupid. He called himself recently some sort of like Marxist patriot, and then people ran with that because they like to do semantical gymnastics to make it look like Jackson is being like contradictory of himself or being a hypocrite. And what they do is they say they twist what the word patriot really means in America. Like the word patriot just means you love your country, but what they do is they go, oh, that also assumes that you love everything that your country has ever done and you're a fan of its rich history, which America has a rich history of anti-capitalist, or excuse me, of capitalist things, and Marxism is anti-capitalist. Like, slavery built this country, and that's one of the biggest forms of capitalism. So they go, oh, mental gymnastics, Jackson must be, he doesn't know what Marxism is because he calls himself a patriot. No, but again, I don't like calling myself a patriot because I think that is a bad word because it does have that implication built in that you're also in love with your country's history, which is vehemently capitalist in America. Not true, but Jackson's a humanist, like me. He calls out U.S. imperialism across the globe. He cares about other people other than Americans. He just happens to love his people because he happens to live in America. Same as me. I love Americans. I think America is bullshit because the people that run this country they don't care about what their people actually want, and they are ultra-capitalist, so it's possible to love Americans because you're a humanist and also be Marxist. In fact, it's necessary, because you don't come to Marxism unless you happen to be humanist first. So it's really fucking stupid. It's the dumbest. It's a semantical argument. I wouldn't just don't call yourself a patriot, because of course he's not proud of American like American slavery, which is like kind of their implication here. No, he's a humanist. He's absolutely against shit like that. And when you're a humanist who gives a shit about everybody across the globe, you want to push Marxism. So that it's just, they're trying to twist the word patriot there. It's really fucking stupid. So it's, of course, possible to love Americans and love your people, which I do, and be a Marxist. It's fucking ridiculous. All these people are trolls, and they're so easy to swat down. So anyway, great job, guys, at Occupy. Remember, Southeast Steps of Congress. I believe it's still going on, but they keep getting arrested, and the squad is nowhere to be seen. So, bluff called. Now we know that all of that stuff that they did, Cori Bush and AOC on the steps of Congress, that was all now confirmed just an op. A photo op. Manufacturing consent for a shitty moratorium that was super means-tested, that would still triple the homeless population, that we also knew was going to get shot down by the Supreme Court. And what has the squad done? They've done fucking nothing. But they sure did take a whole lot of goddamn credit for doing that nothing, didn't they? So, kudos to all of the activists. You guys are the true heroes of the day. Fuck the squad. They ain't doing shit, and now we know. Keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.